team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawgz, and we back to it. You know how we do it. NBA legends and players explain how scary good Charles Barkley was. I definitely need this video because the only thing I really got, like when I think of Charles Barkley, all I think is this old head that's on TNT that's always talking about the current players. Like, that's kind of what all I think about. But truth be told, I done heard some stories that Charles Barkley is one of the top 15, 20 players of all time. I don't know how true that is. If you're watching this video right now and you know a little bit about Charles Barkley, let me know where you rank him at all time. Let me know. But before we get into this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are almost at 10K subscribers. We're on the way. We're moving faster and faster every day. So please, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm not even about to do too much talking. I'm actually curious to see what these legends and players are going to say about Charles Barkley, because it's always Charles Barkley talking about people, like I said. It's not really people talking about Charles Barkley. So I'm happy to get into this video, but let's get to it. We got NBA legends and players explain how scary good prime Charles Barkley was. Let's get it.
Hey, it's your boy YG, aka HenDawgz, and Charles Barkley. If I had to use one word to describe what his game was, I would have to say unstoppable, because the guy was a beast, and once he's in that paint, there's no one to stop him. And what made
at 6'4", he was 6'4", so he was really the same size as a guard. Like, that's crazy. Oh yeah, and one thing I ain't gonna lie, I do remember I did the Dream Team documentary. And people in the documentary, people in the comments were saying that during that Dream Team year, Charles Barkley was the best player on that team. Like, obviously Michael Jordan, Magic, and Larry Bird, they're all better players overall. But for that tournament, for that Olympics, he was the best player on the team. Like, he performed the best. Kind of how Melo be. You know how Carmelo is in the Olympics? He's like, play better than Kobe and all them. So that was the same thing with the Dream Team. They said Charles Barkley was playing better than everybody. So that was the one thing on court that I do remember about Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley so special is that he was undersized for his position. Exactly. Like, the man was 6'6" at power forward.
Oh, he was 6'6"?
And Charles Barkley in his MVP year was averaging 25 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists per game.
I didn't know he got
the
an
fact
MVP.
that big men can't stop him from the paint is just unbelievable. But what's really impressive is that he averaged a double-double for his entire career. Like, to average 14 rebounds in a season at 6'6" is just crazy. There's a lot of 7-footers that never even got close to averaging 14 rebounds in a season. And then Charles Barkley won an MVP during Michael Jordan's prime. That's also another way of showing how great he was. But we can all say what made Charles Barkley a Hall of Famer, a legend, is that he was relentless. He don't care how big you are. He's going to get that rebound. So anyways, man, we're going to listen to NBA legends and players talk about how scary good prime Charles Barkley was. But before we get straight
to it, please subscribe to the channel. That's what he's about to say. But don't subscribe. I mean, you can subscribe to his channel because he made great videos. But all his videos, I wouldn't have these to react to. So you can subscribe to his channel, but subscribe to my channel too. So my question is, what year did he win MVP? They said it was in the middle of Michael Jordan's prime. So what year was that he won MVP? Was that like mid? I know it was probably like mid-90s, but what was the exact year?
Into that, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the culture so you won't be missing any of my videos. And let's get to the video, man.
What was it like?
Charles Barkley was athletic.
Truthfully, playing against Charles Barkley.
Well, one moment that I can pick with Charles, we were playing Philly in the playoffs, and I guess I got into a hot rhythm, and I had about 40-some points, and Charles was yelling. I can hear him yelling in the huddle, talking about, who's going to guard this guy? Somebody's got to guard this guy. That's all right. I guard this guy. So I go and then we playing, and we got into a switch, and Charles jumps out and guards me. And yeah, I never known Charles as a defensive stopper. So the first thing he does, he breaks down in his defensive position with hands up. Everything was technically right. And I just laughed. I say, when the hell are you going to start playing defense? And who taught you how to get in a defensive stance? And I had to pass it. But that's the type of guy, he would take on a challenge, even though
I'm surprised
he was not up to the challenge. He didn't care. And that's just him.
Do you speak that highly of Charles's golf swing?
Oh!
You know, I don't comment. You know, that's embarrassing. It's really disgraceful that, you know, he can take a game of leisure and relaxation and make it a lot of work.
That was cruel.
Oh, boy, don't ask about his golf game. Man, oh, man.
No. Because if it was not for Barkley, Malone, those guys, I wouldn't even be here. And I look at it like Patrick Ewing. I wanted him to get one. Barkley, Malone.
I'll never forget when we walked off the floor after losing to Portland. Lionel Hollins said to me, "We need a Barkley on this team."
Lionel made the comment, "What we need is another Charles Barkley to make this team go to another level." And Cotton Fitzsimmons was certainly aware of that.
And then Charles came in and was all pro his first year.
We gave up a lot, but we got Charles.
Barkley was a dominant player, extremely dominant in the post area. He was one of the best and most talented
Relentless.
ever played the game of basketball.
That's the one thing that I'm getting from this is he was relentless. Like at 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", whatever he was undersized. But like he's down there in them trenches. That's what I call in the paint. In them trenches. Like going against 7-footers, 6'10", like doesn't really matter. He is, you know, he gonna get buckets on whoever. But before we start this video, shout out to Celsius, my official energy drink. This is a drink that's way better than that Red Bull stuff, way better than the Monster. Like, it's way healthier for you, and it also give you that same, you know, energy that they give you. So, shout out to Celsius for the win, man.
It's history.
Charles had this, you know, magnetism about him, and he was very confident. Who wouldn't want to play with a guy like Charles? He wasn't going to lose. I mean, he would take everybody on his back and say, "I'm going to get you to the promised land."
Barkley is Barkley. I don't think he's 6'3". He was just one of those rare players that size didn't matter. It was just determination.
Rebound Barkley. He battles, he shoots, he scores. Sir Charles.
I mean, he would take on Goliath. I mean, he was just had that bravado.
Relentless, man.
So Charles, he was unbelievable what he accomplished for his size.
Charles Barkley is probably one of the greatest power forwards of all time, for sure. Because of his skill set. He was still able to dominate inside the paint. His rebounding is second to none. I mean, this guy was just a beast on the boards. To be only 6'7" or so and be able to snag 20
Now he
rebounds
called him 6'7".
on a nightly basis seemed like it was incredible.
Charles
I don't know how tall
was
this
a
dude
different kind of competitor. He wanted to destroy you. I mean, he was a fun guy and he's super off the floor, a great guy to be around, but such a competitor on the floor, and there was nothing that he couldn't do on the basketball court.
Here's the lob for Barkley, goes up and jams! Oh.
One thing that I'm seeing from this video that I never would imagine is I didn't know he was that athletic. Like in my head, he was just this undersized big that was just very hardworking and was just going elbow you and just do all the little things to get his buckets. But I'm watching this and he's getting all vert dunks, like dunking on people. Like he was super athletic back then. Like I didn't know that.
Beautiful alley-oop for Sir Charles.
He could get on
top of being tough.
Down, and he could create a 10-0 run by himself.
And we knew we had a superstar. And not only a superstar, we had a person who could sway the officials one way or the other by his aggressiveness, by his physicality, and that was unheard of besides Karl Malone in the Western Conference.
He was so genuine. He'd give you the shirt off his back. Great teammate. Cared about winning more than anybody I've ever played with as far as when the game started. Hated the practice. Was the worst practice player in the world.
He was the best basketball player I'd ever played with.
Did you say he was
I'm saying he's the best basketball
in the world I've ever played with as far as when the game started. Hated the practice. Was the worst practice player in the world.
The worst practice player in the world
I'd ever played with. I'm saying he's the best basketball player ever, but the one I played with, he was the best basketball player I'd ever played with.
What did Charles do? Credibility, star. This is the guy to get us over the hump, to get us to the promised land and win a championship. one of the most iconic basketball players, like a rock star. And he's going to join your team, a team that's won 50-plus games every year. And now you're getting Sir Charles. You're pretty excited about what can happen.
We had knocked on the door of getting to the finals 3 or 4 times even before we got Charles.
And that team loved each other. They didn't have to embrace Charles because they had been good before Charles got here. And they had to remind him of that sometimes. Charles, Chuck, you're not the reason we're winning. We were winning before you came.
But we never really had that chip. We never really had the confidence to think that we can go past the Western Conference Finals and even get into the finals. And I think that's what Charles brought to us.
Trade was made, Gus settled, and we were a better team with Chuck. I mean, we really were. I mean, this guy would go out and do what he needed to do to get you a win. I mean, he scored, he rebounded, he'd stand back and block shots, and he carried the load. He really did.
Came to town, and he said, "Tell Carl Malone there's a new sheriff in town."
Oh, let's go.
The ball on the floor against Karl Malone. Barkley wants the shot. He turns inside, doesn't get it, gets his own rebound.
Working. That boy working.
He did take over the city. He still takes over the city wherever he goes. I mean, that's just his personality. Literally is larger than life.
With the addition of Charles, he brought a different persona to the team. It was East Coast toughness.
He gave us an arrogance. He gave us a stability going like, hey, if we're in the alley and we get into a fight, I know we're a finesse West Coast team. We can grind and pound and get physical as well. And it just was contagious and everybody felt.
And I owe a lot of my success of making the NBA to Charles.
Who was that? Who was that, y'all?
Charles was the kind of player that, he just exude confidence. He knew he was a good player, and he demonstrated that every night. And there a couple of true story is we're playing against the Detroit Pistons, and they have Isaiah and Joe Dumars, and this is when Dennis Rodman was on the Pistons as well, and they have Bill Laimbeer, and I have an awful first half. I'm scoreless. I have 0 points. I'm 0-7 from the field, and I'm just playing awful. And coming out the second half, Charles literally grabs me by my collar, by my jersey, and grabs me sort of close to him, and then, I can't say exactly what he says, but it's more like, get your crap together. You're too good to be, scoring 0 points and, out there playing like, so I'm like, holy crap, what's going on?
Act like a coach.
Not alone to say, I had a great second half, but he had faith in me and the confidence that, he knew he was the number 1 player on the team, and he was like, you're number 2. I need you to go out there and score and be my number 2. And he made sure every night that I was prepared and ready to play. So I owe a lot to Charles.
So guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and tell me, where would you rank Charles Barkley on the all-time power forward list? And if you have any favorite moments from him, comment down below. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and show love to the YG gang, and I'm out.
Great video. Shout out to Charles Barkley. I needed that. I needed to look at Charles Barkley's game and kind of appreciate what he did on the court more. So now I can kind of tolerate what he says on TNT. He's able to say the crazy stuff he's saying, knowing that he was a crazy Hall of Fame great player. But I hope y'all enjoyed that video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't already. I'm gonna definitely do some more Charles Barkley videos. If you became aware of my channel because of this video, I'm gonna do more of these, so be patient, make sure y'all like this video if y'all liked it, and go ahead and write something in the comments. Where does Charles Barkley rank as far as power forwards of all time? Let me know. Is he top 10, top 5, top 20? Let me know where he ranks all time. But I appreciate y'all like always. We out.